In Chapter 1 of 2001, A Space Odyssey, titled Primeval Night by Arthur Clarke, sets the stage of the novel by exploring the early days of humanity. The chapter delves into the prehistoric past, depicting a time when early human ancestors roamed the earth. The narrative focuses on a significant moment in human evolution when these primitive beings encounter a mysterious and enigmatic monolith. This encounter serves as a catalyst for a transformative leap in intelligence and sets the course for the unfolding events in the novel. Primeval Night establishes the overarching theme of evolution and the influence of extraterrestrial forces on the development of human intelligence. Prehistorical setting in this chapter is set in the prehistoric past. Depicting early humans navigating their environment. Early humans encounter a mysterious monolith, a black slab of alien origin, which stands as a silent and enigmatic presence. Transformational events, the presence of the monolith triggers a significant evolutionary leap in the intelligence of the early humans. As a result of the encounter with the monolith, the early humans begin to use tools, marking a crucial advancement in their cognitive abilities. The monolith is a symbol of extraterrestrial intelligence and recurring motif throughout the novel, presenting a guiding force in the evolution of intelligent life. Clarke creates a vivid and primeval atmosphere, setting the tone for the overarching theme of evolution and the role of extraterrestrial extraterrestrial elements in shaping human destiny. This chapter lays the foundation of the novel's exploration of human evolution, intelligence, and encounters with mysterious extraterrestrial forces. So who is the Moon Watcher? In 2001, A Space Odyssey, Moon Watcher is a character introduced in the opening chapter, Primeval Night. Moon Watcher is an early human ancestor, a member of a tribe of apes living during the prehistoric era. The narrative follows Moon Watcher and his tribe as they struggle for survival in a harsh environment. Moon Watcher becomes a central figure in the story when the monolith, a mysterious black slab of extraterrestrial origin, appears near his tribe. The monolith serves as a catalyst for a significant leap in intelligence among the early humans. Moon Watcher, influenced by the monolith, is described as the first among his kind to use tools, making a crucial step in the evolution of human intelligence. The chapter of Moonwatcher represents the dawn of human consciousness and the transformative impact of external forces on the evolutionary journey of early hominids. His story serves as a thematic starting point for the novel's exploration of human evolution and its connection to extraterrestrial influences. So, from this first chapter of 2001, The Space Odyssey, we can see we can see different characters, not only Moonwatcher, but also the leopards. That Moonwatcher first win the battle to the leopards, the strong beast, by using the tool. So from the starting point, the Moonwatcher didn't know how to use the tool. So he and his tribe struggling in a very harsh environment, specifically to deal with the starving. So they don't know how to use fire, and then they don't know how to use the tool, and they have to hide from the strong beasts and animals like leopards and maybe other very strong animals. So they have also other animals, the other enemies. For example, the other pre-human apes from other tribes. They're also their competitors against the Moonwatchers tribe to compete in a very harsh environment to some water areas to get enough water, and also to get enough food from some places, and collect some fruit and hunt some animals, etc. So basically, many tribes in prehistorical period of early mankind is very weak, so they can only do very simple things, and very difficult to survive from the starving situation. But one day, when the monolith appeared near the tribe of the Moonwatcher, the story begins. The Moonwatcher find the monolith, and he doesn't know what it is, but the curiosity pushed him to get near of the monolith, and from the monolith, somehow the Moonwatcher learned how to use the tool. Then the other day, the Moonwatcher used the tool to fight the leopard, and he just won the battle. And then he and his tribe got survived from harsh environment, from using a tool and also fire and also other things. And basically they can think. So this is the comparative advantage, basically compared to other ape tribe in the similar area. So what is the monolith? Monolith, I'm not sure what is the monolith. Throughout the book, I mean the from the first part of the 2001 Space Odyssey, the author didn't give a full explanation of what is the monolith. But if you read through the book and read through the other episode of the 2000 series, we know it is from the other intelligence from the external solar system, and maybe outside our Milky Way galaxy, but currently we don't know. I forgot if they are truly from the other galaxies or other solar systems, but maybe they from the Earth. We can imagine they can somehow from the Earth and travel throughout the solar system, and then travel throughout the solar systems within our Milky Way galaxies, and when they get even strong intelligence, they just traveling throughout outside our Milky Way galaxies and to the other galaxies, and maybe to the boundary of our universe, and maybe there are some other universe that we don't know, which is beyond the 100 13, 14, or 15 billion years ago. That is beyond our universe, but maybe they are originally starting from the Earth, or maybe they are starting from the other planet in other galaxies, but we don't know. But for sure, they are very advanced intelligence in the universe that involve that maybe billions years earlier than humankind in Earth planet. But anyway, what are their purpose? Maybe from the first chapter of 2001, A Space Odyssey, we have not yet sure the monolith, the owner of the monolith, or maybe the monolith is its own owner. We're not sure yet, and we don't even know what they are, and we don't know what the purpose. There's two. From the first chapter, my imagination is they could have two purposes. The first one is they want to observe. Just as the cool third-party observers, they just because they just want they have already involved in throughout the long historical period, so they want to know what the other intelligence involved in other planets. So that is why they settled some monolith in Earth, maybe on other countries, to just purely observe the development of the intelligence like theirs. I think just like human being, us sometimes want to study the social evolution, or just some not only social but physical or chemical development or evolution of other species. For example, sometimes the scientists of mankind want to observe the development and social behavior of the bees, or they want to observe the evolution or the social development of other animals. For example, the tribes of lions, etc., etc. They just want to know based on the pure curiosity. So that is why they want to. I think that is the reason why they got developed fast, very fast, because of their just pure curiosity. So they always want to study. So I think this is the one scenario of their purpose. And the second purpose could be they want to involve. So they are not the pure observer, but maybe also the involver. They want to help other intelligence to develop their own tool and finding their own path of evolution, and making the monolith tribe, let's say the tribe of monolith, not that lonely. So I imagine maybe they are the only intelligence in the universe, or maybe they think just like human being, sometimes we think we are very, very lonely. We feel alone, and sometimes we, as the only highly intelligent species on the earth, sometimes we think we need intelligent life to keep us company, not only from our own species, but also the intelligent species, the intelligent being from the other different species. That is why we like dogs, and we like cats, and also the whales and other intelligent species of animals. Sometimes we feel we are a friend. For example, the dog, like 4-year-old, the intelligence sometimes equal with 4 or 5-year-old child. And with the company with the dog, sometimes we don't feel that lonely. And we are not alone. We sometimes share some, sometimes we cannot tell, but we know that we share something in common deep in our subconsciousness and also in consciousness. And we can see into the eyes of the dogs that we know each other and we understand each other well. So so that is why I think maybe the owner of the monolith, or the monolith itself, if they're intelligent, want to search for other intelligent lives and keep there as a friend, making them not so lonely across the universe. I think that is why in the 2061, the second book of the series, they mentioned that Dr. Floyd, or Bowman, I forgot, being controlled by the intelligence, the high level intelligence like dog. I think that is why maybe they just want to be a friend of the human species, but because there's huge gap between the two intelligence, so sometimes the Dr. Floyd cannot explain why they are mentally, he is mentally or and physically controlled by the upper level intelligence, like using using a dog leash to control the dog, and dog didn't know it, just follow their directions unconsciously. So I think maybe because of this reason, that it is also the purpose of the monolith owner to develop on the earth. Maybe the monolith is not the only one on earth. We can see from the next chapter that they also set a monolith on the moon. But I think sometimes it may be a problem of this. Did they deploy too many monoliths? I mean, the density is too high. If they want to search the intelligence throughout the universe or across different universes, only the solar system, only on Earth, only the Earth planet system, they deployed at least 2 monoliths. Isn't that too intense? I don't know. But maybe they can firstly pre-scan the universe and identify some most likely spot of the intelligence development. But I don't know. And then they deploy the monolith. I don't know. Maybe they got shortlisted and then deploy. Maybe that's their logic. And I've heard from some theory that actually the a suitable area throughout the universe that is suitable for developing high intelligent life is not as much as we imagined. That is, say, there's a very limited areas throughout the universe that can uh, be a good place to have the intelligent life through grow on it, develop on it, because of the environment. Some harsh environment, for example, the planet that have in a more than one stars in their system cannot survive. Life on the planet cannot survive because there are too many suns in their solar system. If there's too many suns in their solar systems, the temperatures and the climate will be too harsh for the atoms to form a form a cell, and the cells to form a basic a system for to develop intelligent. So basically, maybe throughout the universe and throughout the galaxies we live, maybe we are alone. We will the distance between intelligence and intelligence could be so huge and cross the large astronomic distances. So that is why up to now the monolith cannot find any intelligence but us. Or maybe they found someone, but we don't know. But who knows? Anyway, this is the first chapter of the 2001 Space Odyssey. And I'm going to check through the ChatGPT some specific question. What the purpose of the monolith? Let me check. What the purpose of the monolith? And what is the monolith? The purpose of the monolith is not explicitly stated in the novel, leaving room for interpretation, but they're associated with the following aspects. Evolutionary catalyst. The monolith acts as a catalyst for significant leaps in the evolution of intelligent life. For example, in the opening chapter, Primeval Night, a monolith appears among a tribe of early humans, triggering the use of tools and making a crucial advancement in their cognitive ability. Guiding intelligence. The monolith seem to have a guiding influence on the evolution of intelligent species. They appear at critical points, such as on the Moon or near Jupiter, suggesting a connection to human progress in space exploration. Interstellar beacons. The monolith may function as beacons or markers, indicating the progress of intelligent civilizations in the cosmos. The appearances coincide with major advancements in human understanding and space travel. Mysterious presence. The monolith's purpose remains enigmatic, and their influence is felt across space and time. They serve as symbolic elements, presenting a force beyond human comprehension. Ultimately, the purpose of the monolith is left open to interpretation, contributing to the novel's sense of mystery and wonder. Author C. Clarke intentionally left certain aspects of the narrative open-ended, inviting readers to contemplate the deeper meaning behind these extraterrestrial artifacts. So, what is the monolith? In 2001, Space Odyssey by author C. Clarke, the monolith is the mysterious and enigmatic black slab of extraterrestrial origin. The monoliths play a central role in the story, appearing at key points in the evolution of intelligent life. They are characterized by their smooth, rectangular shape and precise dimensions. The monoliths are associated with several significant events. Catalyst for evolution. The monoliths act as a catalyst for leaps in the evolution of intelligent life. In the opening chapter, Primeval Night, the monolith appears among a tribe of early humans, sparking the use of tools and advancing their cognitive abilities. Moon discovery. A monolith is discovered on the moon, buried beneath the lunar surface. Its presence is revealed when sunlight strikes it, sending out powerful radio signal aimed at Jupiter. Jupiter mission. Another monolith is discovered in the orbit around Jupiter, leading to the mission of the spaceship Discovery 1. This monolith is associated with a mysterious and transformative journey for astronaut Dr. Dave Bowman. The monolith's true nature and purpose are left open to interpretation, contributing to the novel's sense of mystery and cosmic wonder. There are symbolic elements representing a higher intelligence that influences the course of human evolution and space exploration. The monolith in 2001: A Space Odyssey serves as a powerful and enigmatic markers of extraterrestrial influence on the development of intelligent life. Here I read some sentences of the Space Odyssey. The first chapter is Road to Extinction. Moonwalker, drawing awareness, the first intimations of an intelligence that could not possibly fulfill itself for ages yet and must soon be distinguished forever. Cold like hunger was not a matter for any real concern. It was nearly part of the background of life. Now there was only a uniform, featureless glow in the great slab, so that it took like a block of light, superimposed on the surrounding darkness. As if waking from a sleep, the man-apes shook their heads and presently began to move along the trail to their place to shelter. They did not look back or wonder at the strange light that was guiding them to their homes and to a future unknown, and yet even to the stars. Moonwatcher and his companions had no recollection of what they had seen after the crystal and ceased to cast its hypnotic spell over their minds and to experiment with their bodies. The next day, as they went out to forage, they passed it with scarcely a second thought. It was now part of the discarded background of their lives. They could not eat it, and it could not eat them. Therefore, it was not important. Moonwatcher felt the first faint twinges of a new and potent emotion. It was a vague and diffuse sense of envy, of dissatisfaction of his life. He had no idea of this cause, still less of its cure, but discontent had come into his soul, and he had taken one small step toward humanity. There were gaps in Moonwatcher's life now that he would never remember, when the very atoms of his simple brain were being twisted into new patterns. If he survived, those patterns would become eternal, for his genes would pass them on the future generations. It was a slow, tedious business, but the crystal monolith was patient. Neither it nor its replicas, scattered across half the globe, expected to succeed with all the scores of groups involved in the experiment. 100 failures would not matter, when a single success could change the destiny of the world. The leopards. The tools they had been programmed to use were simple enough, yet they could change its world and make the man-apes its masters. The most primitive was the head-held stone that multiplied many-fold the power of blow. Then there was the bone club that lightened the reach and could provide a buffer against the fangs or claws of angry animals. With these weapons, the limitless food that roamed the savannas was there to take. But they need their aids, for their teeth and nails could not readily dismember any larger than a rabbit. Luckily, nature had provided the perfect tools, requiring only the wit to pick them up. First, there was a crude but very efficient knife or saw of a model that would serve well for the next 3 million years. The man-ape had been given their first chance. There would be no second one. The failure was very literally in their own hands. They had learned their lessons well. Now they could handle all the tools that had been revealed to them. The very memory of hunger was fading from their minds, and though the warthog were becoming shy, there were gazelles and antelopes and zebras in countless thousands on the plains. All these animals and others had fallen prey to the apprentice hunters. They had already forgotten any other mode of existence. Then, not for the first or last time, Moonwatcher proved himself a genius. With an immense effort of imagination, he visualized the head antelope in the safety of his own cave. He began to drag it toward the cliff face. Presently, the other understood his intentions and began to help him. The leopard knew that something was wrong when it felt a stunning blow on his head. It lashed out with its forepaw and heard a shriek of annoy as his claw slashed through soft flesh. Then there was a piercing pain as something sharp drove into its flanks. Once, twice, and yet a third time, it wheeled around to strike at the shadows, screaming and dancing on all sides. Again, there was a violent blow as something caught it across the snout. The teeth snapped on a white, moving blur, only a great useless upon that dead bone. And now, on the final unbelievable indignity, at the foot of the cliff, even